Um, Hi. Anyway, yesterday, or was it the day before? I can't remember. But I sanded down the tank, um, cleaned it up with spray 9 and a little scratch pad, and um, it actually, and the stuff, and I put the petcock on the bottom, and then I dumped all my, quite a bit of spray 9 and water. After I cleaned the outside, I slowly dumped it in the tank and filled the tank to the top. And the dirt stayed in the bottom of my pan, and then I just dumped it out. So I let that soak for like a day, and then I sanded down the tank and drained everything out. And it took the scum off the side. There's still a little bit of dirt residue on the bottom and stuff. I'm going to go at it again, but the spray 9 seemed it broke down the scumminess that was on all the surfaces. So anyway, it turned out pretty good. It When you sand it, like I had to start with like 80 grit on the scratches, and it sort of matches the fenders. So anyway, I had where the scratches were, I had scanned them, then 120 and 220, then 400, then at 600, then polish, then back to 400, because what happens is you let me see, when you sand it with 400, you can't really see the scratches. So when you sand it with 600, you barely, oh, kitty, kitty, kitty. Hello. When you sand it with 600, you barely can. But once you grab the polish, buff it a little bit, then those scratches from the 220 really show up. And then you go back to the 400 and block it and sand it all down again wherever you kind of remember where the spots are. Then 600, and then go back up to the polishing again. And then back to the 400, sand some more scratches out from the 220. And then back up to 600 and back. Do that like 3 or 4 times, and after a while, it starts getting a shine then, and then you don't see the. I actually went over. I did it with the DA with one. I sand it by hand, the scratches out with 80, and then before I got them totally out, I went to 120 on the DA at like 2 speed, and went over the whole thing, and then 220 on the DA, and then I went to 400 wet by hand. And I had circle scratches in it from the 220, which I had to sand, get up to buffing, and then back down to 400, and did that half a dozen times, or 4 or 5 times. And then finally I got a good shine, and the squirrel was all gone, and turned out all right. So anyway, this right here, this bracket was bent up in the air. So I grabbed the torch and I heated it up and bent it back down. And of course it cracked on the upper side, on both sides. So, okay, I had to change hands here without dropping this thing on the floor. Okay, so I just want to see how this fits. Yep, that's gonna. I don't have enough strength in that hand to push that up in there. That these RT Moto ones have to be trimmed on the side. They won't go between the frame. That air box, that black part sits there, and that's supposed to go up through, but you can see that tab that's down right there is hitting on the frame. It doesn't go up. So that has to be trimmed a little bit for that to go, but it actually looks like it's lining up on the loops for the cutout for the frame. But yeah, if that fender goes in there, that plastic has to be trimmed back a little bit. See, when they make these things, the way it works is they rough make them out, and then it's up to you to make them work. You trim, and like it won't quite go up in here, so I have to trim the edge off, the white off. But anyway, I'm not sure if I'm going to use that wider fender because, oh, poor kitty kitty. Yeah, any noise whatsoever, he freaks. So anyway, this fender that came with it, see if it fits. Now that one goes up in there. This is the scratched up one he gave me with the bike. Well, that one goes right up there, and it fits on the loops, and it fits in place. But somebody, well, if it doesn't look like anybody, yep. Well, anyway, that one, in order, you either have to bend, actually, maybe if it's warm, you just bend it in, and that would pop right by and fit in there perfect. But anyway, I got these, this was up in the air, so I bent it down so that when these little tabs go in here for the fender, the angle won't be wrong where it stretches the plastic, because like on this one, the angle's off a little bit, and you can see the stress that the plastic went through where it actually broke. So it's kind of important that that aluminum collar and that metal bracket is at the right angle, or else it wrecks the fender. But anyway, if that's sprung in a little bit, it might pop in, because that sticks out just as much, but this bulges out more than this one's in flat, because that's been on the bike for a while. But anyway, I slowly working away, and I put 80 weight gear oil on that. I put it in, I tried to wring it out, but I actually don't have enough strength in my hands to get a drip. I got it to come to the surface, but it takes a fair amount of, like, you have to put it on in like a blob and work it in, then another blob, and by the time you have it soaked, you just touch it and you're covered with, your hand gets covered with it. But anyway, I couldn't squeeze it hard enough to get a drip out, so I put it on, and this new filter came with a new basket part, and my tool here worked absolutely wonderful for taking them all apart. I didn't see it at the time, or I missed it, but this is the actual air box I should have used, because this came off 250 because there's no wear marks on the edge. And I guess it's all right that it's not on there. They're the same air box. The only difference is they get wear where the old holder for the 125s, there's a metal tab with a rubber on it, and it wears a corner in. It doesn't hurt anything, like they're all worn in. But that one box came off of 250 because it had no wear. But it's all right. I won't put the one with no wear on a 125. I have half a dozen of these boxes, so I'll just save it. But I have to clean the carburetor before I can put that on. The idle jet seems to be stuck. I'm going to have to work at that, try to get it out, or it's just in good and tight. But maybe a little bit of a tap and it'll come loose. Anyway, but this all fits. Now, I'm thinking where I'm running, I almost forgot about this, but anyway, where I'm running the skinnier tank, I might run these DC fenders, because they're a little bit narrower, like an inch narrower, and you can see the angle here is about right. So anyway, that goes right in there like that. But if I run this fender, then the skinnier gas tank matches. And I can, and those aren't quite as shiny, and that smaller tank didn't shine up as good as the bigger tank. And I plan on fixing that bigger tank. It just, first come, I try to do the things the easy way first. So I'm going to fix the MX tank and coat it and put my stickers on and run those skinnier fenders and put it together. And then the next bike I get to put together, I'll use the wider tank and the wider fenders with the aluminum wheels. But anyway, I better let you go. Thanks a lot and good night.